Hey, next video. You will recall from the last one that I had a few fuel leaks, mainly from the float bowls. I've taken this one out and hopefully you can see that. That is really fucked up. Now I know that I set these up perfectly with the 732nd, I think it's 732nd. Not sure now. Anyway, the correct size drill bit that goes through there. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. You'll have to look it up. Or maybe I'll put it in the notes when I'm doing the video. Obviously, I had, no, not obviously, but I had these on my bench. And at some point, I must have put something on it. And look, boy, did I fuck that up. No wonder it isn't sealing anything. That's ridiculous. So, I've got to take this out now, straighten it up, and reset it. And when I reset it, of course, then you'll know what size drill bit, won't you? So let me get on and do that. The other one, the other float bolt, I'm not sure, so I'm just going to take it off and have a look in case I damage that one too. Also, there is another leak, and this one is because of these crappy fucking clips. Hang on a second, let me take you off my head. Hopefully you can see the clip that I'm talking about. It's one of those little squeezy clips that goes from this pipe here down to the main pipe that feeds the carburetors. That clip is just not holding it. It's just pissing out of there. I'm going to have to put a proper clip on it instead of these stupid squeezy type. Sometimes the modern things aren't the best, and in this is one of those cases. You need a proper clip, like this jubbly one here, but obviously a lot smaller for the fuel line. So let me get that sorted out and also get the other bowl off and see what we're doing there. And also setting the carburetor float height. Okay, as promised, setting this up. It is a 7/16 drill bit, and you line it up so that the curves clear the drill bit and it's just touching the top in there. Hopefully you can see that. Let me put it down and show you. Hopefully you can see that. The fork is just touching the top of the drill and just touching the top of the brass, what do you call it, valve. There you go. Now, just in case I haven't mentioned it before, the large nut there, this beastie, that is a 7/16 Whitworth. Just in case you weren't aware. These, I don't have a Whitworth, but they 13mm is the correct size. And for these here, that is a 9/16. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but this is not the original. This is actually from a Land Rover, and you can wind this down thusly, and it shuts off the fuel. So unless they're really smart, they won't know that you've shut off the fuel. Also, it's handy when you're working on the carburetor. You can just shut it off, and if you did switch the ignition on for whatever reason, it isn't going to pump fuel everywhere. I don't worry about that because I'm not that stupid, am I? Ha ha ha. But yeah, I got that from a Land Rover. Don't ask me what year, make, model, don't know. But I just thought that was kind of neat. So I grabbed it. Then I think I mentioned it before, if anybody does steal the car, they get a carburetor's full, which really won't take them far in this car. Well, okay, 2 carburetors full, but that ain't going to do much. All right, it is time for me to continue with this damn compressor. Now, I've made up these brackets before. They are too deep. There, I have discovered. So my next task is to recut them. Yeah, that's going to be fun, isn't it? Got to move it down exactly. But hey, it's what I got to do. Oh, and I've got my pipe off now. I've just got to go to my local parts store and get a couple of decent clamps. Bollocks. But hey, got to do what you got to do.
All of that off. We were waiting for a couple of parts to do that. Now, got the parts, done the welding, done all fits, that's all done. Yeah, battery trays, also finished fabrication of the battery tray. We've got to start with that to finish that off. Got a graphic into that and the various fixings on that, got that all bolted and good. But I'm doing a link tray, I have to be very careful not to open any section of the car, zinc metal spray good, and melt the lead back out. That's very easily done with the zinc metal spray good. Now, full quantity of heat comes out of that metal spray good. It's very easy to melt the lead out, so I have to be very, very careful. But you don't really want to do the job the other way around either, otherwise you end up, you have to put quite a lot of heat in during the application of the lead, and it's a much slower and more steady operation, and it will be very easy to burn the zinc at that stage, which would be even worse.
Okay, so this video is jumping all over the place. Sorry about that, but it's just as I'm doing things and moving on. These are the new lines that I have to cut these to, and if that's not enough, I'll do it again. I do have lots more of this metal, so I can make up more brackets. I just drew them on there from the pattern, so that once I've redone them, I can put them on there and see if it's still holding the same shape. It should do. I don't see why it shouldn't, but hey, I'm going to be using this little air saw to try and cut through. Couldn't think of a better way to do it, in all honesty. And then I'll get my Dremel and clean up the surface, and I'll have to redraw the holes. Right, now let's get this bloody fuel filter off. It's leaking at the back, so I got to take it off, let fuel go everywhere, see if I can see what's wrong, why it's not sealing. There's a new gasket in there, so I don't see why it is leaking. Maybe for some reason I haven't got that bolt tight enough, I don't know. I thought I did. The other thing I have to do is these seals on here. Hang on, these seals on this, I got to double check those, particularly the fiber wash on the outside here. I got a feeling it's not working, so I might take that out, and I don't think I have any new ones, which is a nuisance. I don't know where I can get those either. I'll have to have a look through my collection of washers and see if I've got some nice new ones to put on there. That would obviously be preferable. And once I've done that, then I notice that the starting carburetor, the bolt in the middle at the bottom, seems to be leaking. What a pain in the ass this is. Okay, I know it's an old car and you know you get these leaks, but I'm making it a new car, basically. God, don't you hate that word? Only idiots use it. Because they can't use the right word. Ha ha ha. Alright, let's get on and start taking this apart. See what I discover. Let's see. Paint powder coat's flaking off. That's not good. Something else to look at in the future. Well, I can't see what you can see at the moment, but I will, of course, as soon as I get this on my computer. So let me do that and see if I can figure out why this little fucker is leaking. I wonder if it'll be obvious. Okay, that's the washer that I believe is leaking. Now, I just got to get it out with a little picky tool and see if I can find a nice new one. Let me take it out and let's have a better look at it. Okay, you can see by looking at it that it's crushed. So I need to find me a new washer. Let's see what I can do. Oh, there it is. And you can see how much better it looks than the original one. So the original one goes in the trash. And don't forget, you also have this aluminium one, and that goes between the body and the float top. Or the you know, float? No, what do you call that? Bowl. The bowl top there goes between these two. So that hopefully will cure that leak. That's fingers crossed. Okay, I believe the problem on the bowl was I had these the wrong way around. I had these this way around, and I think what had happened is the glass bowl wasn't being able to get a proper seal. This, I believe, should be this way around, which makes much more sense. And then obviously the filter's in there. Now, I'm a bit of overkill here, excuse me, because I think you only need this filter or you need that filter. But I'm, as I said, I'm doing overkill, double filters. Why not? It's not going to do any harm. Also, whilst all this messing around, this spring fell out, which goes in the bottom. So I've now super glued that back into place, and I'm not worried once the fuel gets in there and breaks it down. It's not going to cause a problem. This way, at least I can put it all together. When I tried putting it together, this twisted at a funny angle. It was all right. So now I've got to leave that to set, and this now is in the right position, so that will cure that problem. Oh boy, what fun this is, huh? Now let's get on and do what's next. Well, I've got to wait for that to set, and then I can put all this back together and prove that it doesn't leak. Also, I have actually proved, although it wasn't part and parcel of what I'm meant to do, that this works, this little stopcock here. I turned on the fuel pump and the filter wasn't in there properly, and it stopped and didn't fill up the bowl. So then I opened this up and fuel came trundling out. So that's good that that works. A little extra anti-theft device, or even an anti-theft device. Then I'm going to want to get on and do these cable brackets, get those finished. Get something finished. Then it's back to this bracket. These I can try doing this afternoon, but I probably won't do it until tomorrow. About to have a chat with my friend Dave of Classic Car Cave Dave. I haven't spoken to him for a long time because I've been so ill. And I miss my buddy. I do like to chat to him. We put the world to rights and we insult each other. And that's always a good thing. So I'm going to end this video here. It's a bit of a bitzer, I appreciate that. But it's what gets done. And I like to show as much as I can. I've also made up the rubber strap for this. You can buy them. They're about $6, I think. But I had a sheet of rubber. So I just cut it and glued it on there, and it seems to work pretty darn good. Slow progress, slow progress. Oh, I've still got that starter carburetor nut to tighten up, haven't I? That's going to be a pain. I've got to work it upside down and see. It's not leaking much, but maybe it just needs a little pinch up. Now, you know what to do. Go out in that garage, go get and do some shit.